The draft SEIS is a very interesting document in the fact that it's got a lot of information in it.
And today, that draft Supplemental Environmental Impact Statement was released for public viewing and comment, providing an analysis of the proposed housing and live fire training range complex and associated infrastructure to support the relocation of Marines from Okinawa to Guam. Joint Guam Program Office Deputy Director Major Darren Alvarez says the draft SEIS details months of studies to come up with the preferred alternatives.
So the preferred alternative they have right now is the main cantonment where the Marines and the family housing will be at Naval Base Guam telecommunications site, Finnegajan, so NICTAMS, and the live fire training range complex will be at Northwest Field, Anderson Air Force Base.
The 2010 final EIS came in at over 10,000 pages, with the latest draft now 1,400. So what are the major changes?
The previous EIS was much larger, had a much larger action. With the previous numbers, you had 8,600 Marines and about 9,000 dependents, and they were all coming in like a 4-year period. So such a massive spike in population, and then the associated population that would need to build the base was massive, and it was a spike of somewhere around 70,000 people that would be influxing to Guam at one time. And unfortunately what it looked like is infrastructure-wise, it could break the island. So that was part of the decision of why we went back and re-looked at the entire situation.
The 2014 draft SEIS now takes into account approximately 5,000 Marines and 1,300 dependents relocating over 12 years. Other differences include 13 years of moderate construction activity with a gradual phase out, a peak population increase of less than 10,000, and no land acquisition for the main cantonment. Governor Eddie Calvo's Buildup Office Director Mark Calvo calls the draft SEIS a major milestone.
Clearly the Navy and the federal government has acknowledged the 4 pillars that were established, that honors, a smaller, after the buildup, a smaller Department of Defense footprint. It honors an approach, a one Guam approach to help with the quality of life of the people of Guam and the military personnel that will be here.
One of those 4 pillars is a 24/7 unimpeded access to Paget, but while the preferred alternative sites are within the military's footprint, it doesn't necessarily mean Paget is off the table just yet.
It's just a matter of course. They have acknowledged the preferred site again is Northwest Field, and we're hopeful that it will remain that way.
And today, the public comment period officially begins.
And we want to hear all of the public's concerns, what the good things about the plan, what the bad things are. We really want people to look at the document to tell us where did we get it wrong, because that's very important to us.
The comment period is set for the next 60 days. To read and comment on the draft SEIS, log on to guambuildupeis.us. Oversight Chair Senator Frank Uggan Jr., meanwhile, will hold a roundtable discussion on the draft SEIS on April 28th at 6 o'clock in the evening at the Guam Legislature. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.